Hello, I'm Chris Bombolas. Thanks for joining us on Nine's Wide World of Sports for the 1988 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. Your commentator, Steve Mackey, and the new ladies champion, Dana Miller. And it's men's semi-final. Number 2 seed, Steve Lovell, up against 3rd seed, Terry Maher.
Steve Lovell to open the match. Good shot by Steve. Elected to open. That means he's going to close, so he's a confidence player. He knows he's somewhat more experienced than his Newcastle opponent, Terry Maher. What a beautiful camera shot that is.
Excellent opening shot here by Steve. The 5-pin just misses the 10. Excellent delivery. Stays behind the ball. Really nice.
Very good confident opening by Steve Lovell. For a spare in the first frame, and his opponent now, Terry Maher.
And Terry Maher is 37 years of age as we watch this spare from Steve Lovell. No doubt about that one. And Maher, the 1983 Australian Masters champion, 3 New South Wales Grand Prix titles in 84, 85, 3 times in the New South Wales Rockway team. Australia representative in 1984 FIQ in Singapore.
Similar result to Steve Lovell, and Terry Maher coming off a recent win in the Dubbo Open. Bowling centres all around Australia these days, 151 of them, as a matter of fact. 300,000 people a week go bowling, and we've got a couple of the top notches here in Terry Maher on your screen now, and his opponent, Steve Lovell. Maher moving not too far right on the approach. He's got a couple of boards still yet to play with. He's going to use the 42-inch wide lane to go for this 7-pin.
So spare for pair for the 2 here.
It was an unusual match that Terry had against the Australian champion Ian Bradford. He had 4 strikes in a row in the middle of the game and missed a couple of spares. He ended up winning by 22 pins. 189 was his score. He'll be looking to cover all his spares this time and get some strikes. Top of the 2nd for Terry Maher. I might just say there, Dana, an interesting move by Terry Maher. He moved into the middle of the lane. Let's have a look at it in replay.
Excellent shot here by Terry. Just moves in, keeps the ball on line. Perfect shot. Stays right with it. No deflection of the ball.
Yes, he's got that left foot tipping the approach. Nice stylist, right in the hole.
Steve Lovell, 35 years of age, the Australian Open winner in 84 and 86. Host of other tournament victories. He bowled in the Brunswick World Open in the US.
Steve Lovell, the ball jumped on him there at a rate of knots, and he won't be happy with that. He almost left a spare called the Greek Church, but the 7-pin went down. Let's have a look at a jump right here.
Steve's got a really nice approach. He just pulled the ball high. Not too happy with the result.
It's good thinking by Steve Lovell to get 2 of those. I don't think there's any point in trying to go for it at this stage. He might need those couple of pins. It's given him 24 in the 2nd frame. Looking menacingly at the bowling ball, trying to gather his thoughts. Sign of someone who wants to win this semi-final badly.
Great shot.
One of the few bowlers we've seen in the tournament who doesn't wear something on his wrist to keep it in a firm position, and well, we saw a good release there. Right.
Great shot.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Right behind the ball at the release point, looking at the result, and he's happy. Good break for Terry Maher. That'll give him a lead of 16 pins if he can get the spare, but that ball, like a rock that had been out in the sun a bit too long, he couldn't wait to get rid of it. It's been very hot up here in Queensland during the filming. And perspiration played a big part in some of the match results.
Whoa.
Talking about perspiration, oh boy, thank you, Lord, says Terry Maher.
This ball just barely does make it back.
Look at it again. A coat of varnish in that, and it goes Terry Maher's way, and he is in front by 16 pins after 3 frames.
Jagged it high, but got away with it. 9 count out of that. But Dana, are there many of the bowlers in the States on the Pro Tour, the men's or women's tour, that use a glove that covers the thumb completely?
Not a whole lot, Steve. Right here we see Terry using it, and sometimes that's for consistent release out of your thumb.
I guess it would also protect the thumb somewhat. We know that your hand was a little bit damaged early in the match against Leanne. A little bit more confident spare that time, Chris. Right in the belly of the 6-pin was Terry Maher. Much better shot by him. Oh, pulled it high again.
On the replay here, it looks like he made an excellent shot. The right lane is moving a little more on the left for the left-handers than the left lane, and I don't think he's made enough adjustment here. Thinks it's a good shot. It does go high.
We'll just talk about the adjustment. What should he have done there, in your opinion?
Well, from his first shot on that right-hand lane, he left a gigantic split, and I think he should have made an adjustment with his feet and moved 3 boards right and thrown at the same target, thus creating the ball coming in light to the pocket instead of heavy.
Would he still keep his toes straight, or would he angle his feet as well as moving the 3 boards?
He could angle his feet also to the left to open up his pocket.
He's done it right here.
Good shot.
Yes, it was a good shot. I could see his feet here from the commentary position very well. He'd angled his feet slightly towards the left so that it kept his ball out left. What good pin action here. Breaking up what most bowlers would have left the bucket there, and he made a strike out of it. Bit of a tongue-biting exercise there, but it worked. Well, we saw Terry in his first frame against Ian Bradford lead that, but he came back with some strikes.
It wasn't a bad shot here by Terry. It's just that the ball deflected to the right, and no drive, no 5.
No drive, no 5, and I think also that Terry bowls with a 15-pound ball. He's had a little bit of a bad back problem that's cost him perhaps more wins than he's already enjoyed in the sport of 10-pin bowling, and I do believe that he bowls with slightly less than the maximum weight allowable of 16 pounds. Playing it safe there, just getting to 186 in the 5th frame. Steve Lovell needs a double to take the lead. And Terry Wendown will be hoping to start a string of strikes as he enters the top of the 6th frame.
Terry Maher.
Good shot.
Of course, Terry Maher getting that strike in the 6th, as Steve Lovell now knows what he has to do following this perfect pocket hit by the Novocastrian. double for the lead. Three times on lane 4. 2 splits and another high hit, sending it far enough out left, but I think perhaps those feet could be angled slightly differently. Also seemed a little off balance perhaps at the line.
Oh, and that's unusual, a gutter ball. Steve Lovell now down by 4 pins at the end of the 6th frame. Confidence for Steve Lovell as he looks up at the scoreboard would be a little low at the moment, having missed the opportunity in the last one. Spectators enjoying themselves here at the Capalaba lanes.
Well, bowling's a sport for all ages, and there's one of the younger ones. Strike.
Good shot.
Oh, you're kidding me. What a tough break that is. Well, he's got to come back from that now. Steve Lovell desperately unlucky there. Take that, pin. Boy, he's lucky. That bowling pin is lucky that it's not up here now. He would have chopped it to pieces with his bare hands. Should have been a strike, and all it is that spare.
And of course, Steve, 10-pin bowling was an exhibition sport at the Seoul Olympics, and we're getting a great exhibition here in the final.
Oh, mate. What a game, and Steve Lovell's eyes look skyward, hoping for some divine intervention. He's watching the replay, which probably isn't a good idea, because he's going to see this nose hit, and that's going to affect his mental attitude.
One of the reasons why I don't like to watch my opponents is for this shot right here.
Yes, you're already sitting in the bench. You're powerless to do anything, and the man goes through the nose and carries a strike. He's looking for a turkey now that'll give him a lead of 26 pins.
Good shot.
That's the best thing you can do when you get a nose hit, is put the next one right deep on the 17th board and get a strike.
This was an excellent shot here by Terry. He's really hitting this left-hand lane. Perfect. Really took advantage of that lucky break on the frame before.
Tell you what I have noticed Terry doing too, and he doesn't turn the ball as much as many others, but he and Ruth Gerst are about the only two right-handers that sort of moved in towards the second arrow.
Yes.
Ken Sheehan also looked good in that game against Gary Key earlier on.
Good shot.
Oh, that was a good strike by... don't worry about it, Steve. You've got that strike, mate, and you can keep on going here. A prolific striker when he's on, and look at this change of pace, change of feet position, and what a ripper. Well, that could have been a double. That looked like the shot that he left the 6-pin on lane 3. Look at the tongue. Oh, great reaction. Okay, back with it now, Steve Lovell. You need a double to close the gap. This is the foundation frame. Needs it now.
Good shot.
Oh, boy, what a shot. Well, he asked for help, and he's got it in spades. A double for Steve Lovell when he desperately needed it. Beautifully out on the lane there. Watch these pins mix. Could so easily have been a turkey, Dana.
Great shot here by Steve. He gives it room, which is really hard to do under pressure. Just a beautiful shot.
Terry Maher now feeling the weight of the world upon his shoulders. Another strike would give him 4 in a row. Got out of that one just a little bit too quickly, maybe up to the foul line just a fraction too eagerly. dumped it a little. Oh, and a fair way behind the foul line too when he let it go.
Yes.
Hard spare.
Good cover.
Yes, it was a good cover because he flattened his ball out even more than he's been trying to throw a fairly straight shot, and he really turned his thumb around the bottom of the ball, and the ball went pretty straight.
So the bottom of the 9th, and it's Terry Maher in front by 34 pins over Steve Lovell. Terry Maher now looking to shut out Steve Lovell in this match.
Yeah, Steve Lovell's got room for 200, and you don't give a man with his experience and his ability any room to breathe. Terry needs the first ball strike. He's got to have it now. Oh, got away with murder there. That one was right on the beak of the pins, as Jeanette Baker-Flynn told us a couple of matches ago, right on the beak. Could so easily have been just a 7 count, and that would have given Steve Lovell all the room he needed to move. Well, the situation now for Terry Maher, he shouldn't look too confident. He still needs 8, and he's just telling himself one more good shot, just one more good shot. The spare's given him a chance to shut Steve Lovell out of the match. 8 to do just that. 7, and Steve Lovell can still tie. Anything less than that, Lovell can win with less than a full count in the 10th. I bet that thumb's hot now inside that glove. Unbelievable. 7. We can have a tie here in the semi-final of the men's Coca-Cola Classic at Capalaba. Steve Lovell, the biggest moment of his life coming up right now. And he's had this chance, this second life, because Terry Maher did that. 200 for Terry Maher. Steve Lovell needs to go all the way for 200. What might have been if he'd had a strike there? He wouldn't have needed the double. Oh, Steve Lovell, I can feel for him now. And so can all the league bowlers out there watching this, and even once-a-week league bowlers. No. Oh, tough break for Steve. Boy, everyone can feel it for him there. There'd be people sitting at home who haven't bowled for 20 years probably saying, yeah, we knew what was going on in his mind there. It was just... just not to be. And what a good spare he's had. So often we've seen the spare ball make the strike ball look a waste of time. That was purposefully done. Got it out in the lane there. If only he'd done that on the first shot, we would have gone for an exciting time here. But he's going to lose the semi-final, pick up a cheque for $3,000, but he really did want that trip to America. So Steve Lovell finishes in 3rd place in the men's Coca-Cola Classic, losing the match 178 to Newcastle's Terry Maher with 200.
Steve Lovell unfortunately bows out. He finishes 3rd, $1,800 compliments of Coca-Cola. The winner, though, is Terry Maher. He takes on the top seed, Tony Roderick of Queensland, in the final. For the moment, though, Chris Bombler's bidding you farewell on behalf of the Wide World of Sports team. Hope you can join us next time for the men's final at the Capalaba Lanes.